Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Well, I just got off work and I'm starving and I haven't made a video in a while. I've had a lot of things going on and I have a dog that's barking right now. But I have another dog that I hadn't moved over to my new house yet. These two, they don't get along, so I'm having to acclimate her. That's Duke, the big dude. But I'm having to acclimate her, and she's in a back bedroom, so she may do a little barking. Duke! So I'm just trying to get... And I live right next to a fire station, emergency medical services, all that. So that goes on all day, all night too. Okay, and I also posted a picture of my new motorcycle. It's just a little 150. It's something that I'm using because I got a... I don't know what that was. I got in a wreck last year, totaled my car. Not my fault. This lady ran into me and just completely ruined my car, and that's one of the reasons why I ended up moving. Is I lived in a smaller town, like probably about 20 minutes away from my job, 25 minutes, depending on the traffic. And so I decided to move closer to my job in another city, and now I live like literally right down the street from my job, about almost 2 miles, completely straight down to my job. And I still didn't have a car when I moved. It's just been trying to move, and I mean, everything's so expensive now. Gas is insane, and insurance is insane, and everything. So I started looking around I had a little bit saved up, and I started looking around at cars on Facebook Marketplace, and they were all... Well, let me tell you some backstory. This lady didn't have insurance, and I had to end up using my insurance to pay for everything. Thank goodness I had gap insurance. Always get gap insurance if you get a car that's financed. Always do that. Because if I hadn't had that gap insurance, I would have been so financially screwed. So I got it took about 2 months for them to settle it. And my insurance ended up paying for it. Thank goodness I had good insurance, had a lot of insurance. And it was like a really nice car. I mean, it wasn't brand new, but it was a Ford Edge, and it was just loaded. I mean, it was a great car, leather seats. I mean, just beautiful. And it just killed me when that happened. But you know, I'm just getting over it, and it caused a lot of problems for me, and it was a huge inconvenience, and I have to pay for Uber or ride. There's a little city bus. It comes directly to my house. It's like not like a regular city bus like, you know, that you have in cities, but it's like a smaller bus, and they will take you directly to your house and to your job, and you pay by the mile. So I would have to Uber to work, and then I'd have to wait for the bus for my ride home. I'd have to get my sister or my niece or somebody to take me places, and I hated doing that, and it was just pain. So I was looking at used cars, and they were like around the price range. I was looking maybe $3,500 or less, and maybe like $3,000. I really didn't have a whole lot, and I had to borrow a little bit from one of those high interest loans, and I got some from my retirement, some from savings. And the cars I was looking at were they needed a valve job, or in my price range on Facebook Marketplace, or they needed transmission work, or it would say runs, but it didn't say how good or how bad, or no air conditioning, no heat, brakes are bad, and the windshield's cracked, it's about to fall out, you need to replace that. Just all kinds of problems. And so I started looking at motorcycles because I do know how to ride. I'm not real experienced, but I just need something to just toot around town, just get me from point A to point B. And so I found this little, it's I don't know if it's Lifan or Lifan, Lifan, KP150 Mini. And it's a small, like 150cc little bike. It's not a mini bike. It's, the seat height is about almost 28 inches. And I'm short. I'm 5'3". I'm not super short, but you know, for a lot of the motorcycles, the seats are like 30, 31 inches and above for a lot of dirt bikes and other dual sports, which I love dual sports. I learned how to ride on a dirt bike. And I've never owned a bike before, but I was like, that was my better option. And it was only $2,200, so it was in pristine condition. It was barely even broken in. It had 600 and I think about 75 miles on it. So it was a really good buy. So that was just the better option for me. I really wanted a car, but the high price of gas and insurance, and it was going to take me probably another 6 or 8 months to save it for a decent car. So that's what I ended up doing. That was the solution to the little problem I have now, and I love it. I'm happy for having it, getting something, at least something that gives me a little bit of freedom. Okay, but enough of that. I might do a live later. I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow or this weekend. I don't know. I'm going to see. Maybe later tonight. I don't know. I'm really tired. But I'm going to make pimento cheese. I'm going to make homemade pimento cheese. And my little dog is barking. And I also got a comment about my fire alarm, which I know I've been needing to replace the battery on it. But every time I would go to the store, I would forget, because it's just, you know, those little 9-volt batteries. And I finally bought some. I got them. I just haven't changed them yet. I just had so much to do. I've been just so busy, so exhausted. But I'm going to make pimento cheese, and I'm going to turn y'all around so y'all can see all the ingredients. Okay, so here's all my ingredients. I got the bowl. This is sourdough bread. I'm going to put it on when I get it made. Okay, I got my discounted bags of cheese. Usually you grate your own cheese, but I got to use this stuff up. I got like another bag of it, and I need to use it all up. So this is 7 ounces, and this is, well, it's a little bit, maybe like a couple ounces left. I might use maybe about half of that to make about 8 ounces. Got mayonnaise. No, it's not Duke's. I ran out of my Duke's, and I just grabbed that on a budget. And here's some spices and things that I'm probably going to put. I know for sure pepper, the paprika, a little bit of garlic, and I might throw, I'm just trying to use up this onion powder. I've had it forever, so I'm going to be putting that in probably almost every recipe I make. And the cream cheese, and it should be softened, but I was at work all day, and I couldn't leave it out because I worked 10-hour days, and so I ripped the package open. I've been letting it sit here for a little bit, and hoping that will soften it up a little bit. Pimentos, and then I'm going to add some green chilies. Not all of it, probably about half of these, because I saw a recipe where they were putting the green chilies in there, and it looked good. It sounded good, so I never had it with green chilies, so I'm going to try that today. Okay, let me go ahead and get this mixed up, and I'll get back with y'all. Okay, so y'all, get my sleeves. Okay, first I'm going to do something with this cream cheese. I can get this package open. You know, I probably could have been telling part of that story while I was doing this, but sorry. If you come to my channel, if y'all are new, don't know me, sometimes I'll talk a little bit before I'm making something, maybe talking about it while I'm making it. But it's getting pretty soft, I guess. was afraid it would be kind of maybe too hard. I'm not going to mix it with a mixer. I'm just going to do it by hand. I'm tired. I don't want to get everything out. And I'm just that way when I get off work. I'm exhausted. And, oh, this might be a little messy here. There. See if I can get it out with this. Squeeze it out. Come on, get out. This whole block used to just pop out of here. Come on. I just don't like getting my hands super messy. I'm like a big time hand washer. I'm constantly, every time I touch something that makes my hands messy or sticky or something, I gotta run and wash my hands. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, I'm going to use this fork, kind of scrape it out a little bit. It's not really soft, not like I wanted it to be, but it's soft enough that I can mix it, I guess. Gotta get it out of this package first. Like, I feel like I'm so tired right now. I'm exhausted because when I picked up my bike, see, I was looking at cars. I've been looking on and off at cars. Then I kind of started looking at motorcycles, and I would see one or two that I'd put it in my saving, my save spot in Facebook. And I had a bunch of them finally. I had about 10 or 15 of them, but some of them were a little bit out of my price range, but I was watching them to see if they would come down on the price, and some of them did, and then they would, you know, some of them got sold, and I was just looking at, sorry, this is a mess, oh my gosh. I was just looking at, mainly ones that I could fit on, because, like I say, I'm short, and I have trouble with, like one of the most dangerous parts of riding a bike is literally stopping and starting. Like, if you falter and you're behind, you got cars behind you and everything, and the bike's too big. Okay, I think I've scraped most of this off. Let me toss this. Okay. I got most of that in there. Yeah, like whenever you're like riding a bike, starting and stopping, going through intersections is one of the most dangerous things. Stopping at a stoplight with cars behind you, and I'm not gonna do that. Okay, kind of made a mess here. And this thing is, it's not soft enough for me to use the spatula, so I'm just gonna have to resort to my fork, and it's really not very soft. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to smash it down with the fork. Yeah, I probably should use a mixer, but I just don't want to get it out. I'm so lazy sometimes. But there's a lot of aspects of riding a bike that are dangerous. It can be, you know, kind of. And it depends on you. Also for your speed. If you're speeding, going over the speed limit, you do a lot of speeding like that, yeah, it can be incredibly dangerous. Okay, now I'm going to put about a half a cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to eyeball it. Y'all, when I do these recipes, this is the way I cook, and that's maybe about a third of a cup. I might put just a little more. I think maybe that. I like to clean off all my utensils. I can't stand to waste anything, really. So, it's been a long time since I've even been on a bike, and I'm not real super experienced. I took the MSF course. I have an endorsement on my license. I had it for a few years. And when I was younger, I really wanted a bike when I was since I was a kid. My dad rode, a lot of people in my family rode, and I had friends and relatives. I was around it a lot. And I was a passenger basically for 50 years, over 50 years. Okay, I'm mixing this mayonnaise up with the cream cheese. I'm just smashing it down with a fork just to break it up and to get it mixed together. And probably would be easier with the not a blender, a mixer. So if you have a mixer, go ahead and use a mixer, because this is probably not going to be real smooth, but I'm just going to make this real quick because I'm so hungry, so starving. Now, I've wanted pimento cheese for a long time. I just haven't got the ingredients to make it, and I've just been so busy. And so I've been around bikes a lot, and I had always wanted one, but I was really short in high school. I was under 5 feet tall, and I didn't grow to, I'm 5'3" now, and I didn't grow this tall until I was like in my 20s. I had a growth spurt in my 20s, and I grew like 4 inches, which is really unusual for women, because usually we hit our height, our final height, I guess, say around 18 or 19, maybe 20. But I continued to grow, and I remember telling my mom I wanted to get a motorcycle, and she was like, real, I don't know how, not mean, but like very intense, like, no, you're not, you'll die, just all these things, and you're too short, you can't even get on one. Because my aunt and her husband rode motorcycles, and my dad did, and a lot of my relatives did, and my dad tried to teach my mom, and she just couldn't get it, and crashed into the curb, and that was it. And okay, I'm gonna kind of mix this up pretty quick while I'm talking. Just get it a little bit a little more fluid like, because it seems to be a little chunky. And so I was around it a lot, and then I ended up just riding like as a passenger with friends, and all throughout being a teenager, and even sometimes, a few times when I worked at places and there were people that rode bikes, and we would talk, and I would tell them, yeah, I love motorcycles, and I wish I could get one and all this. And so I ended up getting, to be a passenger with a few people that I worked with, and throughout the years, and it just, I kind of put it in the back of my mind for the past, probably like the past 20 years. I really haven't rode much on a bike. I can't even remember really the last time, other than the MSF course. And so I just decided one day, I was like, I don't know, I regret not doing something about it and just letting somebody else decide my future for me. So I just found the MSF course at the Harley dealership. I went to the dealership there and took it, and they were great. I loved it. And there's a couple of other schools around here that do it, that you take the course, and then they test you, so you don't have to go down to the the DMV to get your license. They'll just test you right there, and that's what I did. And then, I don't know, just one day I just decided to do it. I was like, I regretted not doing it when I was younger, and it's one of the biggest regrets I have in my life, because I really love motorcycles, and I love being a passenger. If I didn't get one, I'd be a little disappointed for the rest of my life. That sounded weird. Just that it would be one of the, when you think back when you're young, and you think, oh, I should have done that, and why didn't I do that? How did it get away from me, and stuff like that. And that was just one of the things in my life that I regretted. So I just did something about it. And I'm happy I did, because this opportunity came up, and I just happened to have the money, which is really hard for me, because I ain't no rich person. I work blue-collar jobs and just trying to survive and everything. Okay. I hope I can get this lid off. Oh my gosh, this is on here. Oh my god. It's so little, it's hard to get a grip on this. I'm gonna be kind of, I don't want to bend my knife, but don't you let kind of pop them out like that. Oh, I think it opened it. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get something to open this one. Oop, sorry. Okay, I kind of dropped y'all on the side, but I tried to open it with two of these. I put one on the bottom and one on top, and I just really couldn't. I have a lot of arthritis starting up in my hands, you know. So I put that in there. But I also have this thing. It's like a little jar opener, and you put the lid in the whatever size hole, kind of make sure it fits real tight. This one was too loose, but I put it in here. Let me get that lid out of there. So this thing is really nifty, really good, especially if you have arthritis or weak hands. It works great. Okay, I'm gonna have to drain these real quick. Okay, I'll toss these in here. Come on, get out of there. I don't like to leave any in the jar. These little jars are so cute. I like to use them to put all kinds of stuff in, just to store stuff in it. Get out of there. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna wash and save it. And I need to drain these too. Well, actually, I'm not going to drain these. I'm just going to use like a few of these. Not a few, but I'll put quite a bit. It is a little bit. And then I'm going to put these in like a plastic baggie. And I used probably about 1/3 of these, of the green chilies, because I really don't know how it's going to taste. I never had it with that in there, but it does look good. So, okay, I'm getting these all mixed up. And the cheese is starting to kind of soften up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese in there. The whole bag in there. And it just gets kind of mixed up pretty good. And I haven't had like homemade cheese like this in a long time, but actually you should get a block cheese and grate it, because cheese has the cellulose on it. And my sister works in a cheese factory, actually, and or used to, and they use cellulose on the cheese. And block cheese doesn't have that, so I'm going to add some more, because it's not as cheesy as I want it to be. I don't know about that much. And I'm going to go ahead and add the pepper in. Probably about like a 1/2 teaspoon, I guess. And I'm going to add some of the paprika. I'm not going to put too much paprika, maybe 1/8 teaspoon there. And put in some garlic. Not too much garlic, because I don't want to overpower it. And just a little bit of this onion powder. Back. Now, it's starting to, it smells good. Oh my gosh, all the spices. I can smell the paprika. So it's thickened up a little bit. So I'd say I probably put as close to 8 ounces. That was probably, I might put like a little bit more of the cheese. Just a sprinkle of it. Okay. Put these back in the fridge. Yeah, it's starting to look like actual pimento cheese. It's coming together. Yeah. Okay, let me plate up my sandwich and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so y'all, I toasted my bread and I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up. And I made myself a Coke. And I got just the crumbs of some sour cream and onion potato chips. I love those. And I don't have much left out of that bag, so I'm probably going to just eat whatever's left in the bottom of the bag. Okay. God, this looks so good. Actually, I haven't even tasted of it. I'll give me a little taste before I... just to make sure the spices are right. That is good. And it's really good with the green peppers. So I think I'll make that a standard from now on. When I make pimento cheese, I'm gonna put the little diced peppers in it. And I actually might add some more. Probably will add some more with that. That tastes so good. You get a paper towel. Okay. I was gonna give you all a tip. These jar openers, these little thin little things. I used to keep a couple of these in my car because if you're gonna check the oil or something, when the oil cap is just real tight, you can use one of these and that cap will just come right off. And also for a radiator, don't burn yourself, but if it's hard to get off, just put one of these on it with some kind of towel or something, whatever you got in your car. And these are real handy. Okay, top that off. For the last one, it's almost boiling. These are just the crumbs. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit close up here. It's a great sandwich. And oh, there we go. Let me take a big bite of it. On sourdough bread, that's amazing. Okay, y'all. Thanks for coming to my channel. And I'll see y'all later. Good night.